For the whole entire movie, I was sitting in the theater like this.
Watch out, Europe, we're going.
Welcome to Mr. Tish Film Preach. Comment down below, what did you think of Killers of the Flower Moon, the new Martin Scorsese film? Did you love this film? What is your favorite Martin Scorsese movies? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And also, while you're down there, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Today, we're talking about one of my anticipated films of the year overall, the 2023 Western drama crime thriller film, Killers of the Flower Moon. In the 1920s, members of the Osage tribe in Oklahoma are being murdered under mysterious circumstances, which sparks a major FBI investigation.
I was sent down from Washington, D.C. to see about these murders.
We have so many deaths, we've lost count.
It's just bad luck.
Martin Scorsese is in my top 5 directors of all time. He is a master. He is a craftsman. He is an entertainer. He tells great stories. He is so focused on character, but also being cinematic at the same time. And I just have a lot of love and respect for his filmmaking and his filmmaking style.
I love you, I love you, I love you!
So going into Killers of the Flower Moon, I was very excited. And this movie, it is a master doing his thing. And this is where you see the technical genius of Martin Scorsese and his team. He can't do everything. I mean, the man is in his 80s at this point. He's been directing movies for well over 50 years. He picks his team and he works with the people he trusts and to make these huge, sprawling movies. I mean, he got like $200 million to make this film, and you can see it on the screen. He knows just how to tell a compelling story that's interesting, engaging, meaningful. In this case, it's based on a true story, and this is a real investigation case that happened. These murders were a real thing. That is the sobering thought that Scorsese is continuously implementing throughout this film, and it makes you as the audience member feel that the entire time. This movie's just a relentless, brawling, steady, heartbeat, thumping, pulsing, tensing,
Idiot!
tension-filled film that just never lets up. It's relentless.
They would call me Nando the Relentless because I just never relent.
It's a drab movie, I have to say. Now, I'm sure everyone who's seen the trailers or, knows Martin Scorsese, especially in his later years in life, in his last part of his career here. His movies are dark and they are gray and they're hard to get through at points, but so different from his bombastic phase of Goodfellas and Casino and Wolf of Wall Street. To me, that is my favorite filmmaking era of Martin Scorsese's career. Really hard subject matter to handle, and it would take someone who's a master at their craft like Martin Scorsese that can handle these big, massive films with these huge ideas and still tell a character piece. Based it on a true story, still being, I believed, respectful to the Osage tribe and the people, and really trying to tell their story and what happened to this group. And they're a representation of obviously what has happened across all of North America with the indigenous people, how they've been treated, and the history of that. The way he shot this film is gorgeous. One of my favorite looking films of his over the last 10-15 years. There was so much authenticity of just the clothing and the set design and the location actually shot in Oklahoma. He actually went and made a movie. And I think this is why I love Scorsese as well. He just doesn't cheap out. He doesn't go and, make something in a green screen. He tries to make it as real as possible and as accurate as it's historically possible. Overall, you just get this genuine authenticity from them wanting to tell this story and shine some light on this case. And it is a very deep, dark, thought-provoking movie. It just hits you like a brick and it washes over you, and I just can't stop thinking about it. It's one of those films that I respect, and I think it's just amazing filmmaking, but I wouldn't watch it again because it's just so hard to get through, and it's so relentless. And it's almost like that film he did a few years ago, Silence, with Andrew Garfield is just like, watch a man and his soul be tortured for 3 hours. This movie's just like, oh, watch this group of people and the ones you care about and you love, and just the way that they're treated, and you're just, oh, it makes you almost angry. I mean, it should make you angry. These people were so unjustly messed with, and in the most horrific and cruel ways. Amazing cinematography, the images he's able to capture on screen. Rodrigo Prieto was the cinematographer on this film, and he shot this movie so beautifully, so haunting, so fiercely, and I love it. And also really compassionately too. Like, there's some awesome, tender, quiet, beautiful moments in these magnificent close-ups. And then of course there's the obvious shots of, like, you know, the landscapes and big, long, wide shots and stuff like that. Of course those are gorgeous. I love the way this movie looked. It felt gritty and just dirty and lived in. It just felt gross. And I think that's another thing. This movie just made me feel gross the entire time. And that's its job. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing.
You should do your job.
Then there's the performances. This is one of Leonardo DiCaprio's best performances. I still don't know what to think about it. It is complicated, but what a performance. Robert De Niro hasn't been this good in years. Deplorable character, and he plays it so well. Of course, it's Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, and Leonardo DiCaprio all in the same film.
Yes! Yes!
However, for me, the standout in this film is Lily Gladstone. What a performance. I mean, give this woman an Oscar nomination. She is so good in this movie. I was blown away. This really quiet performance too. And then there are times where she just goes. She just gets you and just digs right into your heart and burrows herself in there. And so you just feel for this character and you want justice for her and her family. And she portrays it so beautifully. She is magnificent in this performance. It was so funny to see, like, random people just begin to show up, like, 2/3 of the way through the movie, like Brendan Fraser, John Lithgow, you know, all these great character actors. And of course, it's a Scorsese film. Of course they're going to do it. I think the acting in this movie is stupendous. And the stuff that this movie talks about, like greed and the American dream and wealth and displacement and racism, is such a great comment on greed in a different way. It is thought-provoking, deep, haunting, tragic, all wrapped up into one massive epic film. To me, it doesn't make it a very rewatchable movie, much like The Irishman and also Silence. Both of those films are hard watches, where you look at something like Goodfellas or Casino or The Departed. These are films that are super entertaining. It's more an experience and a story that I think is extremely important for people to watch and see. I just don't think this movie's very rewatchable, and that's okay. Like I said, this movie's relentless, and a part of that is its runtime. Like 3 hours and 25 minutes or 26 minutes, like, that's a long time to sit in the theater, guys. Like, thank God that they've made theater seats so much more comfortable now. And I had to go to the bathroom like 3/4 way through the movie, the last like 20 minutes, and I couldn't hold it. I had to go run and come back. And
I have to pee.
sometimes there's some scenes that Martin Scorsese just lingers a bit too long. Trimming down a bit more, and I think this film just works a bit better. It could have been 3 hours and it still would have had the same impact. Honestly, besides that, there isn't that much I have more to say about this film. There isn't really that many negatives. This movie is magnificent. It is so well crafted. It is beautifully shot, well told story, magnificently acted. It is executed by the master Martin Scorsese. I wasn't expecting anything much less. I really did enjoy Killers of the Flower Moon. Thank you, Martin Scorsese, for still being the master that you are. What did all of you think of Killers of the Flower Moon? Were you a fan of this film? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thanks so much for doing that. So overall, I'm gonna go ahead and give Killers of the Flower Moon an A. Thank you so much for watching Mr. Teach Film Preach. I know there's lots of review channels out there, and the fact that you come here means so much to me. Thank you so much for doing that. Come back and check out some other reviews like Totally Killer, Flora and Son, and No One Will Save You. Have a great day, everyone. Stay focused, stay awesome, and as always, let's get taught.